Hello and welcome to Letters from Paradise, episode 42. I've called this episode Creation, and it's the second in the worldview set. Your worldview is what you look out from or look through that determines the world, the reality you see, and what you don't see. You've probably heard me mention an experience I had in the love of God. When I encountered God, I encountered love. In encountering love, I was encountering the one who is love, the creator of all things. Seeing that the essence, the fundamental nature of God is love, gave me a lens through which to see the world and all things that I'd never had before. I'm so grateful for this. So with just a small amount of liberty, I begin to read the Bible. In the beginning, love created the heavens and the earth. Dear friends, if you see that creation came into being by the speaking of God, then the voice print of love is in and upon everything that was created. If you adhere to the idea of creation coming about through a Big Bang, then every particle that exploded out of nothing bears the characteristic of love within it. Every person and everything. Love explains the Trinity and vice versa. For love exists in relationship. All matter, every atom consists of particles in mutually attracting relationship. We have been made by love, for love, and love is where we're headed. We all carry the very DNA of love in our substance, and so does everything else that's come from the Creator. Now, when this reality starts to form the lens through which we see the world, what we see and what we don't see can change dramatically and wonderfully. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, the French priest of last century, was also an accomplished paleontologist and geologist. From his work in both science and theology, Teilhard stated, "Love is the very physical structure of the universe." He taught that gravity, atomic bonding, orbits, cycles, photosynthesis, ecosystems, force fields, sexuality, human friendships, and animal instincts all revealed an energy that is attracting all things and beings to one another. And that this energy is quite simply love under many different forms. At the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Bishop Michael Curry was quoting Teilhard de Chardin when he said that fire was one of the greatest discoveries in all of human history. And if humanity ever captures the energy of love, it will be the second time in history that we have discovered fire. The scripture Michael Curry used was from the Song of Solomon. "Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is as strong as death, passion as fierce as the grave. Its flashes of fire a raging flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it out." Oh, what a lens through which to see the world. Death, the grave, and whatever floods may try to drown it, the predominant and all-prevailing thing about the world of God's creation is love. When I saw these things about love and creation, I realized I was holding a lens through which I was seeing the world differently than I had before. That I was seeing just how unceasingly good God was towards all creation and every person in it. I started seeing the astonishing benevolence of God toward everything and everyone, that in His love, mercy is endless. Grace knows no bounds. Forgiveness is unconditional, that God is for us. I saw that divine wrath is better seen as the Father's furious love for us and against that which could destroy us. I could no longer hold to the idea of a hell where the objects of God's love are tormented whilst fully conscious, without any possibility in all eternity of relief or escape. I began to be attracted towards causes that brought people races, religions, and political persuasions together. This was very different to the worldview of separation, judgment, and smug certainty through which I once interpreted the world. And oh, how freeing and happily fulfilling this new lens has become. I know it sounds crazy for someone prone to analysing and dismissing, but love is becoming my first instinct toward all of God's created world. Dear friends, this is personal. You were made by love, for love, and love is where you're headed. You carry the very DNA of love in your substance, and so does everything else that's come from the Creator. Bask in this, my friends, and make it a lens through which you see everything else. Shalom.